Happy Monday, everybody. I know I just did a tag video for Tiny Magical Creatures, but I wanted to do a separate update video. So in case you didn't watch that, there are the girls today. Genevieve is looking so sweet, as is her tiny little sister. They're so cute. Anyway, for those of you who are just collectors and not artists, I want to show you a few things because I'm obviously in the process of painting and doing rooting and all kinds of stuff on several babies. So for those of you who don't understand the art completely and what all goes into it, I want to show you a few things. First of all, there is little Miss Angelina. She is pretty much done. She's borrowing one of Genevieve's dresses and headbands because her show outfit is just for the show. I say she's just about done. If you recall, I had ordered some custom eyes for her, and I wanted them to be gray, and they came in green. So if you saw that video where they were in her eyes, they kind of looked a little spooky. They were cool, but not what I was looking for. I really wanted her to have gray eyes. That is the color I want her to have. And while they look beautiful, they are oval-shaped eyes, so they don't sit properly in her eye sockets how I want them to. And I have tried to stuff her head so anyway, that's a whole lot of drama. Her head has been stuffed and restuffed several times. So I was doing that while I was waiting for the eyes to be corrected, the ones that came in green instead of gray. And that was their mistake. Apparently the name of the color I ordered, they have several variations of, and there's one that's quite popular right now, and they went ahead and made that. But I was going according to what I could see on the computer screen of their colors, so they corrected their mistake. However, they just arrived on Friday, and now to me, they're blue. So you see, those are round eyes, and those absolutely fit perfectly in her eye sockets, whereas these oval ones do not. So I have spent so far probably 5 or 6 hours trying to find those eyes in round and have not done so yet. So I will continue because those to me are her perfect eyes. So there's a lot of work that goes into it, not only from the painting aspect and the rooting aspect, but finding all the proper stuff. It is a lot of time and commitment to make these babies. And the other thing, Wilma, her rooting is finished. It has not been sealed yet, but I want to show you guys because she looks like a lion. So that's her in the pillow. Isn't that a ride? I do apologize for her eyes. Again, I believe I tried the round eyes look better on her, so I am going to have to find round eyes for her. Oh, her eyelashes are kind of all clumping together. But they're not, I have to glue them in yet, and then once I cut them, they'll look better. So, just so you know, when I ordered black, this hair, it's actually very curly hair. When it's wet, it'll curl up. It gets a bit stretched out while you're, holding it and working with it, but it is curly hair. It's the same supplier as this, and hers again will be more curly when it's wet, but it'll curl like this. Now, if you can see, her hair, is more sparsely rooted. It is beautiful. Oh, love this hair. It is the softest hair. While hers is a bit thicker, she's an older baby. She's, the same size as Genevieve, so she's like a 6-month-old. So I rooted her hair, again, one at a time, but much closer together. I wanted her just to have this head full of crazy hair. Obviously, it's not been cut yet because I haven't sealed it, which I'm about to do, but I wanted to show you guys. So when I ordered the hair, I received 1 ounce of this hair, which was 7 of these. And if you can see up there, I have cut off a small portion from this chunk. That is all that is left. It is all on her. And that is $60 for that 1 ounce. So that's nearly $60 of hair on her head. She has about half of that in her hair. So just so that you understand some of what goes into this, and I mean, this took me about a week, and I worked on her every day for a week, anywhere from 3 to 8 or 9 hours a day. And so I have found a craft calculator where, because my rule of thumb doing craft shows for all my years was you take your supplies and multiply times 3 to get your sale, because you never get your time back. But I found a craft calculator where you put in your supplies and your hours, and it tells you what you should be charging for what you've made. So I'm going to I keep track of everything I buy for each baby. Angelina minus her eyes was near $1,000. So we'll see. I think she was at 9 and some odd, like 932 or something. So just so everybody knows that the cost, you know, we don't recoup very much for our time. So anyway, I just wanted you guys to be aware of all the process for those of you who don't actually do this, to know what goes into it. And I had to laugh because I don't know how many of you follow Marlon. I follow her on Facebook, and she just rooted a head, a toddler head, I believe it was an Ariana, for somebody for the doll show. And it took her, I think she wrote, took a week and 21 needles. So it made me feel a little better because she took a week and I lost 12 needles. So you lose a lot of needles. Each needle is like $2 and something. So again, there's all these hidden costs that nobody thinks about. So please bear that in mind when you're looking at reborns and think, oh my goodness, I can't believe they're charging that much money for them. There is a lot involved in terms of time, supplies, research to find the right items, you know, finding the right outfits. There's just so much, not including, you know, the love that we as artists put into them. And I love her. I want to keep her. I do have another Wilma kit, but I don't know if I want to root it that much again. But I love her hair. I can't wait to see it cut and styled. Her baby hairs, I put a little bit extra at the front so that maybe she might have some bangs. We'll see. Again, I can't style it until it's sealed inside, because if I style it now, I will be pulling my work out, and who wants to do that? I opted not to root her eyebrows because they came out so well. Same as Angelina. I love how her eyebrows came out. Anyway, so just a little heads up, ladies, on some of what goes into these babies and why sometimes they take longer than you might think. So anyway, I just wanted to show you what I'm up to. I just finished her Wilma this morning, did her baby hairs and her eyelashes. I really wanted her finished last Friday, but again, due to the weather and getting my emergency plan in order, I lost some time. I spent a lot of my days at the beginning of the week doing that, and then I was rooting well into the evening, which I don't like to do. I don't like to interfere in my family time if I don't have to, but because the show is getting so near, I really needed her finished, and my goal for her was last Friday, so I am a few days behind. I did a lot of work on her this weekend, and so yeah, I'm going to seal her, but again, her eyes, I need to find correct eyes for her and Angelina, and poor Grayson hasn't been touched in days, so I need to get busy on him, but it is Monday, and Monday is one of my housekeeping days, so while this video uploads, I will be starting to clean my house, and just a lot going on here. So just wanted you to see everybody. Very excited about the doll show. It's coming so quickly. I believe it's like 6.5 weeks away. Today is June 1st. So about what, maybe 6.5 weeks to go. So I do think I can get Grayson and possibly another baby done. It depends. Grayson, I would like to root him, I think, in this hair like Angelina, but very short, so that he has tiny little curls on his head. I think that would look really, really sweet. Oh, and again, the hair is directionally rooted, and I draw a whole pattern, it's all flat in the back, all over their head. I mean, she's got a swirl in there. It's really hard to see when you put this much hair, but it is all, sectioned and rooted in a directional pattern. Sorry, ladies, I have a sneeze coming on. My nose is tickling like crazy. Oh, that's the other thing I want to share with y'all. I talked with Debbie several weeks ago of Reborn Blast, and she was actually praying for me because I had been experiencing some tingling in my legs and arms and didn't know what it was, and use my essential oils and whatever, but I haven't even shared this with Debbie. She's been so busy, we haven't talked, but I noticed this several months ago, and it kind of came and it went. And I have varicose veins as well as I have arthritis. And so I just thought it might be a circulation issue due to one of those things and kind of wrote it off. But I also started getting these weird little bumps on my scalp, like eczema, which my mom has. And so I've been, putting essential oils in my shampoo, and it's been helping, and it doesn't really itch or anything, and it's kind of clears up and then kind of comes back. But it's all been very baffling to me. But now that I've been rooting babies so close together, like there wasn't a whole lot of time between Angelina and Wilma, it has really, really increased. So I did a little research, and I think I'm allergic to mohair. Actually, not the mohair, the lanolin in mohair. I contacted the supplier for this mohair to ask what they use as a dye, because I thought maybe I was allergic to the dye if they were using like they state that they use mohair dye, but I do not know what the makeup of mohair dye is, and I know a lot of hair dyes have ammonia in it, and the smell of ammonia alone kills me, but I don't know if I'm allergic to ammonia, but I thought maybe, because you're handling it, and your skin is your largest organ, and so it's absorbing whatever is on it. And so I contacted them, wasn't asking what their dye was or anything, because I know, secrets and whatever. But I just said, is it possible that there's something in there? And I explained my symptoms, and they got back to me and said it's probably the lanolin, which is what I had thought and researched. And so I don't know what to do, because I can't just make bald babies. I mean, look at that beautiful hairdo. So I did actually order some more. She just posted her hair sells so fast, and she only, they shear their sheep once or twice a year depending on the growth of the wool. And once she sells out of a product, she doesn't remake it. And so she had another posting of that exact hair that's on Angelina, and I do not have enough left even to root Grayson. So I did go ahead and order it because I did not want to, have him only partially rooted and run out of hair. I will continue rooting for the doll show and get what I can done and live with the tingling sensations and whatever. I mean, I get a bit stuffed up and sneezy but I think after the doll show, I'm going to have to really pace myself and maybe do a doll every month and a half and take a break from rooting. It really is a weird feeling. It feels like ants are under my skin crawling, and it's hot. So I knew it was allergy. I have not taken Benadryl or anything. I'm just using my essential oils, which really, really help. But I also realize that it's a toxin to my body, and so I have to be very careful. So I don't want to stop reborning, and that is not what I foresee at this time. However, I do think I might try rooting with gloves on and see if that helps, but it might, at least with the hand that I hold the hair with, to see if that helps a bit. But it's like cleaning with gloves. I do paint with gloves on. And I did at first think I might be allergic to the mineral spirits or something, but now that I've tracked back to all the times it came and went, it was always when I was rooting. So, Debbie, I have found what is bothering me, but keep praying, because I don't like it. It's been a bit milder this time, and I don't know if maybe I'm building up a resistance by continuing to use it, if my body will adapt, So see what goes into this art, ladies. Way more than you imagined. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and being so supportive. So Angelina will remain in this room until I find her eyes. She doesn't get to go to the finished room yet. So they just don't set in there correctly. They look fine from here, but when you're looking down on her, they don't come up all the way to the socket like they're supposed to, and I just can't do that. I'm a perfectionist, and and that's the perfect color, and I've contacted several companies that sell that color, but nobody has the half rounds that I have found yet. So if any of you know of somebody that sells glass half round eyes in gray like that, please let me know. Thank you so much. Anyway, everybody have a lovely day, and I'm happy to report that we have a very sunny blue sky day, which we also had yesterday. I think that tree in our backyard, I haven't figured out yet if the death of it, if the tree is still alive and perhaps those are last year's leaves that are going to fall, or if all this rain has killed the tree. Because I know on a new tree, to get swamped like that can kill it. So I did contact the garden center, and they have a 1-year guarantee. So we don't even have to dig it up. They just said saw it off and bring in the trunk with the receipt. And so, but I think I'm gonna wait and see, because the branches still feel normal, like they're not brittle or anything. They feel like they're still alive, and I would hate to cut a tree that is still alive. So I told my husband, let's wait and see. Maybe I'll show you guys. It's really taken a turn for the worse, especially after this weekend. We had more torrential rain. Let me show you guys very quickly how she looks. She's very brittle looking. Let's see if I can zoom in. And they crunch just like fall leaves. And she's totally, those leaves are dead. So they could have been because, you know, I don't know how old the tree is. I'm guessing a year or two. And so whenever you move a plant, it does alter them a little bit. So it could just be that those are last year's leaves that are dying off. It's like our ivy. We brought our ivy out here. My husband didn't like how she was doing in the house, and she's getting all new leaves, and we're going to actually plant her along the side of the house. But we're waiting for our other order, which, by the way, I called them, and they were having really bad weather where they are, and they will not send out an order until they know that the weather is good. And I'm happy about that, because our ground is completely drenched right now. And so hopefully we'll be getting that soon. So that's what's going on. So anyway, have a happy Monday, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.